In this video, I'm talking with Laura Stone of purposestone.com. We're talking about executive coaching through the lens of purpose with a particular focus on peak performance. Laura, nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
So executive coaching is kind of like a really broad topic.
Yes.
But you have a particular lens through which you focus. What's that all about?
Yeah, so everything starts with purpose. Everything has to go through why is this person really here and what will make them really connect the dots between their unique gifts as well as the opportunities they have ahead to make real value occur, along with the passion and the energy that they have. So I start there. And then I start going to looking at what does it mean to get an A in their job. So the peak performance can come in two fashions. It can be with a team member who is really high performing and their boss, their supervisor may not know how to get the most out of them. And they're a flight risk because they could be easily tapped by some other company and they're gone.
Right.
Whereas another kind is that this person may need some fine-tuning to be able to work at that executive level. It might be around executive presence. It might be around being more strategic, something that can help them elevate going from where they were to thinking more like the executive.
So part of what you're doing here, there's a distinction that you don't just work with an individual CEO or executive, but also kind of people around them. There's some kind of supervisory angle to this.
Yes.
What's that about?
We integrate that. It is imperative that they are part of the process. So we're establishing what does an A+ mean to that supervisor, because in essence, it's really, that's the number one stockholder to that employee, is that boss has everything to do with their future. So let's be really clear what it means to hit the ball out of the park from the supervisor's point of view. So we start there.
What does a typical engagement look like? How does that kind of roll out?
So it can come from, for example, if they've seen me in a keynote, where they step in and they say, I want to work with you. Second is an executive or an executive team has heard about the work because of other things that are happening in their organization.
So word of mouth.
Word of mouth. And the third is from a head of HR or leadership development or talent. There's a key individual who they want to retain and they invest in that person because they see the innovation, the opportunities. If they can keep grooming that person, great things can happen.
That makes a lot of sense to me. So while we're being businessy and business-centric, what kind of outcomes are we going to see for this kind of peak performance, high-performance coaching?
Yeah, I can think of two particular examples working with folks right now. One is an individual who, highly innovative, but had a terrible way of commanding, controlling people, and he didn't understand his impact.
The bad boss.
He was the bad boss, but it wasn't, he did it out of fear, actually, but everyone saw it very differently in his impact. Specifically, he felt he had to do everything and double and triple check. So people weren't actually able to do their job. He was the bottleneck and not able to let go enough and trust his people to be able to get the performance. Now, he was brilliant. He is a brilliant innovator. And the organization, to have him innovate more, needed him to let go more, so his gifts could be used. And when we finally got to what was the mindset of the undercurrent of him, of why he was behaving and holding on to the old ways, breakthrough. New digital opportunities in the company that have never been done before. So it's really exciting. So that's one example. The other example, this woman who, very high pedigree, the Harvard undergrad, Princeton grad, really being seasoned and groomed, had lost her key stakeholders. They had left the company, and she needed to reestablish her power, her credibility, her executive presence. Very different kind of engagement. She had all the ability, but she just hadn't applied it in the way to a new context. So she had to shift how she was going to accomplish the work.
This makes a lot of sense. Kind of sounds a little bit how you get your groove back.
Pretty much. That's exactly it. That's right.
All right, good. So final question is this. I know that you work with some very large global companies as well as everything in between, big and small. What does an ideal company that you would like to engage with look like? Typically
global, because I think culturally, in order to make a high impact, they can do it. But it can be local. It really is about the heart and soul of having a company want to care about making a difference for their consumers, for their employees, and for the environment around them. That's ideal.
So it sounds like it's that sort of energy, it's that desire.
Yes, energy is a very good word for it.
All right, terrific. Thank you so much. For those of you who'd like to find out more, please visit us online at purposestone.com. Also, feel free to like this video, share this video if you have any questions in the comments section below, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel.